Hey, beautiful people. Why are we not making the kind of progress that we desire? Why are we not becoming the kind of person that we truly want to become? This is exactly what I'm going to be discussing in this video. First of all, I want you all to understand that each and every one of us has a programming system that runs at the back of our mind, which is called the subconscious mind. And this system that we have is actually programmed not by our own very self, by the people that is around us. And this started long time ago, even while we're in a mother's womb, and then while we're children. And this programming are really set by our parents, our schools, the schools we attended, the church, the the mosque, or wherever you find yourself in the religious realm or religious circle. The society we find ourselves in, the kind of friends we keep, these are the people, sorry, and the things that actually programmed us to be the way we are. And because of that, we try to do so many things to be able to change all that. We try to read books, we try to attend conferences, we try to listen to webinars, attend webinars and seminars. And at the end of the day, our life still remains the same thing. And and then we wonder why we're not making progress. And then we get frustrated and we stop doing the things we need to do. And then we get frustrated the more because we know deep down in our hearts we're supposed to be more than we are presently. And I want to tell you today that those things that is running your program, your mind, the programming in your mind, like I said before, it's not something you were part of. So you need to begin to change all that. You need to begin to change all that because if you don't change it, no matter what you do, you will still be the same person you are. Even if you're going to get any success, it is going to be slower and slower than you ever think or imagined. So, what are you going to do? Now, these things didn't happen in one day, it didn't happen in 1 week, it didn't happen in 1 year. So, don't begin to think that it's going to happen overnight. No, it's not going to happen overnight. The only time that we make drastic change is if there are life-threatening events in our lives or something that can drastically change the way we live in our lives. For instance, if we loved a very precious dear one, or we we are facing life-threatening illness and we're told that if we don't stop eating or drinking or doing the things we do, our life is going to be shortened and we're going to die. So we don't have a choice but to drop those things. So, but in most cases, we don't really change, those programming just overnight or just in a week or in a month and sometimes in a year. And for us to be able to do that, we need to repeat the new kind of programming we want to have in our subconscious mind. We need to begin to change the things that we find that is not helping us in becoming the kind of person we want. For instance, we say to ourselves the meanest things. We insult ourselves with the things we tell ourselves. We can't even stand other people telling us, you need a car. You know that you deserve a car. And then you're telling yourself that you don't deserve this car. You can't afford it. And just imagine for a moment that you tell yourself that you deserve this car, and somebody's coming to tell you you don't deserve this car or you can't afford this car. Of course, you're going to jump and say to that person, you deserve this car. And yeah, you may not have the money for the car, but somehow you can get the car. You try to defend yourself. But most of the time, we don't defend ourselves when we're talking to ourselves. We look at ourselves and describe ourselves as stupid, and we describe ourselves. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We say unprintable things about ourselves. So we can change that. We can begin from there, begin to change that. We can begin to look ourselves in the mirror every day as we wake up and tell ourselves nice things. We can begin to tell ourselves nice things. We can begin to see ourselves as deserving of the best things of life and telling yourself deserve the best things of life. Because if you grow up the way I grew up, like you attend the church I do, growing up, you'll be told in our church that, in fact, there's a particular prayer that we say that we don't deserve certain things or we don't deserve. We banished children of Eve. We banished children of Eve. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I don't know how to put it, but for me, I don't think I say those prayers anymore. I don't think I say those prayers anymore because even though we banished, according to the Bible, from the Garden of Eden, Christ came and resolved that, and we're reconciled to God. So why don't we focus on that reconciliation that Christ brought to us and begin to see ourselves as deserving, because we're now reconciled to God through the death of Jesus Christ. Why don't we begin to see ourselves as deserving from that point and begin to claim that, begin to accept that, begin to mold our lives, begin to believe that God has made a lot of things, for us to be able to be happy and to know that we deserve these things. And then secondly, we have been told that, whether we know it or not, listen to the news and the people around us tell us that there's no money, things are hard, and we've been programmed to think that, things are scarce. We went to school, we studied economics, we told about scarcity of resources and scarcity of things. So these are the things, or some of the things that are running our mindset, our mind, our subconscious minds. And so we allow those things to determine so many things in our lives today. But the truth is that God made everything in abundance. The fact that you don't have money doesn't mean that there is no money. If you look around your street, if you think about it, you know that your street alone, if you calculate the amount of money and the amount of things on your street, you will discover that they run into billions of dollars, or millions of dollars, millions and millions of dollars. You've never thought of that. And if you're thinking that things are scarce, you know that nobody can even count the amount of shoes that we have in the market. Nobody can count the amount of cars that we have in the market. Nobody can count the amount of stuff that we have in the market. Nobody knows. We have millions and countable things. If we go to the market, if you go to malls, we see different types of items. So how come we are told that these things are scarce? They're not scarce. The only thing is that we don't have the resources. And the only reason why we don't have the resources is that we've been programmed to accept that we don't have the resources and we don't deserve to have the resources, and the resources are scarce. But the truth is, if we begin to shift from the mindset of scarcity, from the mindset that things are hard, if we begin to shift from that and believe that, we live in a world of abundance. God made a lot of things, and those things are made in so much abundance. Nobody knows the amount of plants we have, or even the species of the plants we have on earth. Nobody knows all the species of animals we have on earth. No science, nobody knows. So, and each and every one of them have a lot of them in abundance. So we must shift from the mindset of scarcity and know that there is a lot of money going around every day. There's a lot of material things. The gold in this world can never be finished. the resources, the mineral resources that God put is something that we can't even finish. And even if those finish, and those ones we know about today, even if they finish, there are still so many we don't know. You might be sitting on top of gold. Your house may be sitting on top of some precious stones that you don't even know. That so that is one thing I want you to understand. We must shift from the scarcity mindset and then move to the abundance mindset. And every day tell yourself, I live in abundance, I deserve abundance, and I'm going to get a lot of abundance in my life. Abundance of happiness, abundance of material things, abundance of money. So tell yourself that. And another thing that we've been programmed to believe and accept is that we are not worthy. We do not have all it takes. The other person is the one that has all it takes. No, that's not true. Each and every one of us are loved equally by God, and He's blessed us the same way He's blessed the other person. We can become whoever we want to become. He gave us choices, and unfortunately, growing up, we have made to not know that we have excuse me, we have the right to become who we want. And the school system have made us to believe, and even the environment we are have made us to believe that certain people are made to be rich and certain people are made to be poor. Certain people are made to be successful in music. Certain people are made to be successful in sports, while certain people are not. Even the great Michael Jordan was told he wasn't good enough. The great Bob Marley was told he had a very terrible voice, that he couldn't become a good musician, but he never believed that. So most of the things you're told that you're not deserving or you're not good enough to become, I want you to know today that if you accept it just the way you've accepted so many of it for a long time, if you don't stop accepting it, it will come to pass in your life. So many people that are dead today do not believe that they are deserving or they can become the person that they want. And they died with their dreams. They died with their possibilities. So don't be one of them. Try to change all that today. You can become that person you've dreamt of becoming. And another thing is, you say you're not old enough, or you're too old for this, and or you don't have the expertise to become who you want to be. And those things will hold you down, and you wouldn't want to make that move. You wouldn't want to take that step to becoming the kind of person that you want to become and getting the things you want in your life. So you can change that. You can learn a good skill or a new skill. Some people have learned, some people started afresh at the age of 65, like Colonel Sanders. They were total failures. They did the things they never liked. And by the time they became 50, they they changed everything around. They started living a different kind of life. And those things that they have been programmed to believe that they cannot achieve, they cannot become, they became those things and even more. Colonel Sanders became a billionaire, even though he was terribly broke and homeless at the age of 65. So once you shift your mindset, once you begin to believe differently the way you've been believing before, things will begin to change in your life. Like science said, and I even mentioned in my book, we think 60 to 70,000 thoughts in a day. And most of those thoughts are the same thoughts we had yesterday, last week, last month, and even last year. And most of the thoughts are negative thoughts. And then we wonder why we don't have a change in our life. And so we need to begin to change all that. We need to begin to know that we can do and have more than we have and do right now. We can become more than we are right now. We need to change all that. We need to also realize that even though we don't have the expertise right now, we can go back to school. We need to know that we can change and become we can change and have the kind of weight we want. We can share those weights. We can become stronger. We can become healthier. We need to begin to tell ourselves, it all starts from the mind, that we deserve to be in good health, that it's our birthright to be in good health, that we can become healthy. And begin to tell yourself, even if it's not there, you begin to tell yourself, I am healthy, I am strong, I'm looking better, I am getting to the right weight that I want, I'm getting into the right size that I want. Some persons at the age of 50, 60 began to start changing the way they look. You just have to start. You just have to believe it's possible for you and begin to do the exercises necessary. Begin to change the things you eat. Begin to, you don't need to wait until everything is right. And this is another thing that keeps us where we are today. We think we need to be ready. We need to wait for the right time. The right time will never come. We have to create the right time, and the right time is now. The right time is today. Start with what you have and improve along the way. And then you will be on the way to becoming or having the things you want in your life. And this is exactly what you need to do in order to change, in order to become that person that you know that you can become. Even if you don't know that you can become that, I challenge you today. I want you to know today that it's possible for you to become that person. It's possible for you to become better than you are now. It's possible for you to get back to school and then learn those things that you need to learn to become the person you want to be. You may not even need to go back to school. We have lots of books, but first of all, like I said initially, you must begin to tell yourself that you deserve all these things every day. Anytime those thoughts, because I must warn you, the programmer will not leave, like I said before. It is going to keep coming back. It's going to resist. Because the beautiful thing about the programming that we have is that once you get the right programming running you, it will be difficult for you to be changed. Just like it is going to be very difficult for you to change the failure programming, the wrong programming that has kept you where you are today. That programming that has kept you where you are today is the programming that made you not have good relationship, not being able to lose your weight, not being able to succeed in business, not being able to be at peace with your children. Those programmings can be changed, and you need to start today by telling yourself beautiful things, telling yourself you deserve the good things of life, telling yourself you can become a better person, telling yourself you can become a better parent, telling yourself you can make your business work and you have all it takes for your business to work, that there are lots of money, there are lots of opportunities, there are a lot of people that are going to buy from you. Even though 1,000 persons that you reach out to cannot buy from you, you will definitely get one person as you go reaching out for more people that's going to buy your business. Probably you need to change your skill. You need to learn new skill. You need to learn more better tools for marketing, better tools for sales. So don't believe the lies that you've been told, because most of us have been told lies most of our lives. We need to change that. You deserve the best, and you can always have the best. Have a beautiful time and a beautiful life that you deserve. See you next time. God bless you.